Welcome to Industrial Insights. I share what is catching my attention in the industrial real estate market, not just what's showing up in the reports, the conversations, trends, and shifts that I'm seeing in real time. These aren't predictions, these are observations from working with occupiers, owners, developers, and industry partners that might help you think differently about what's happening in industrial real estate. This week, there are three market observations that I think are worth paying attention to. The first thing that I have noticed is the conversation around industrial outdoor storage, IOS. A few years ago, IOS requirements were relatively niche, and now they are becoming part of a much broader conversation. Companies are thinking differently about how outdoor space supports their operation, whether it's fleet parking, trailer parking, equipment storage, container storage, or just operational flexibility. The yard has become just as important as the building itself. It is another reminder that industrial real estate is no longer just about warehouses. Companies are evaluating how the entire site fits their business. It'll be interesting to see whether this translates into measurable demand over the next few quarters, but it's definitely something I'm hearing much more frequently today than I was even a year ago. The second thing that I've noticed is that companies are starting with operational questions before even talking about the buildings. We are spending more time discussing the business itself. Can the labor market support another shift? Will the infrastructure support future automation? How does the location impact transportation costs? Can the operation scale here over the next 5 to 10 years? Those conversations are happening earlier than they used to, and I think that's a healthy shift. The building is still important, but the building is only one part of a much larger operational decision. That is why I often say the best buildings isn't always the best business decision. The third observation is around power. It is interesting to see how the conversation is changing. It's not just tenants asking how much power is in the building anymore. I'm also seeing landlords ask much better questions. How much power do you actually need? What is driving the requirement? Can you provide projected usage or load calculations to support it? That's a noticeable shift. Power is becoming a valuable resource that landlords are becoming much more intentional about how they allocate it. They want to understand whether a request is based on a true operational need or if it's simply being reserved just in case. I think that is an important evolution of the market because it changes in the conversation from what power is available to how power will actually be used. Ultimately, that's what good advisory work is all about, understanding the operational well enough to know what business truly needs, both today and as it grows in the future. Those are the three market observations that I'm watching right now. Some of them show up in market reports over the next few quarters, and some may simply reflect how companies are thinking differently about industrial real estate today. That is why I believe market reports tell you what has happened, and trusted advisors help you understand what is happening now